line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, I came to you in the very first time I ever broadcasted for PT Racing TV. What was the series I did my first call on? Coincidentally enough, it's these guys. The Legend 34's at Five Flags Speedway was the very first call I ever made, live call that was, an actual broadcast with iRacing. And now, we come full circle today at Lanier National Speedway. We're going to see the Legend 34's back on the track. 3 years of service, and I have not skipped a beat. I still love doing this crazy crap. Hi, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Driver, doing you guys here today here. It is a pleasure. It is an honor to be back with you guys, and it is so fun to see a whole set of houses and a whole set of faces in the town. 3 years of this stuff. I can't even believe it. 3 years officially today. I still can't even believe it. I still remember when my boss really asked me, like, hey, did you want to do this? Did you seriously want to join a broadcast crew and create this? And I looked at her and I said, you know, I think I does. I'm going to try it. A lot of tribulation, a lot of times I was wanting to give up, and then you fans, as always, came by and you said, hey, we really like your calls, really like hearing you. The drivers loved it. And I said, all right, well, I guess I got to keep going then, don't I? So it's an honor. It's a pleasure. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. So, but enough of that. It is time to talk with the driver lineup today here, ladies and gentlemen. Starting it up here, of course, Troy Radford joined us back here once again. Troy, you've been gone for a little bit of time here, sir, but you have rejoined us here and now. And the Legend 34's, how does it feel to be in this one?
You know, this is definitely a nice throwback series to me in this track, and this is I used to race Legend cars and late models here at Lanier in real life. So. Definitely a special track to me. This is my first time in a Legend car was here at Lanier. So love the track, but just kind of working a few strategy things right now, just trying to figure out what we want to do, how we want to handle it. And, you know, there's going to be cautions tonight. So just trying to figure out when the stupid happens, how we can best maintain.
What do you remember most from the Legend series that's kind of being able to translate into the sim world for you?
Now, honestly, it's really using that left front on the apron, and you kind of did that in the late model a lot too, where, you know, you get the entry right, but then, you know, to make that final rotation off, is tucking that left front down on the apron. Now, here in this car, it seems that these cars are a little more twitchy than they are in real life, so it's a little harder to, you know, tuck that left front without upsetting the car too much. But, you know, we definitely give it a good shot.
For sure there, Troy. It's great to have you back. Best of luck out there today, bud.
Thank you.
Troy Radford, ladies and gentlemen, on the line. Let's take a listen now to the big driver there in the 3. Michael Pratt now joining us here on the show here. And Pratt, great to hear from you again and see you, sir. And thankfully I don't have to race you, so you get to have a little fun racing the Legends cars today.
Heck yeah, it seemed like they're going to be a lot of fun. Tire wear is definitely going to be an issue tonight.
Tire going to be an issue tonight. You get 2 sets of tires to work with. Really, what's kind of the big thing you're kind of looking out for in this 150 lap shootout?
Hopefully no cautions and straight through. Hopefully no mistakes on my part.
For sure there. All right, well, Michael, best of luck down there as you get settled onto the track.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Michael Pratt there on the line there. Now on the line here with Gordon Larson Jr. in the double O. Gordon, once again, back on the show here, and another series to have to kind of master. What has this one been doing for you?
We're just, just trying to go with the flow. It's been a while since been in this car.
Been a while since been in this car. Obviously, I know it's where most drivers get their start, of course, on iRacing, and most get at least a little bit of a feel for it. But with a track like this, I mean, I got a feeling that it's probably going to result in a lot of drivers having to try to not make too many mistakes early on, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. You drive the car a little bit too hard, it will come around on you. And I think some of these guys are just out here trying to get a hot lap. And I've been out here trying to see how it's going to do on the long run.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, best of luck to you down there. We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Gordon Larson Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Down to listen to Eric Blount real quick here on the line here in the number 6. Eric, great to have you back on the show here. And once more, you have a little bit more short track premises here. You've been doing good on the bigger tracks, but what's it feel like to kind of roll back on some old short track racing?
Feel pretty good. I like short track racing.
It seems like you're enjoying it quite a bit. I'll ask you this as well. I mean, long term in the run wise here, what has the car been doing for you, and how you been feeling about kind of handling it on this kind of surface?
Oh, well, car feels great. Right now I'm just doing some shakedown runs and practicing the pit stop. But we're going to have to make one unless we have a caution. Even if we do have a caution, you're still going to have to get some fuel. We just don't have enough to make the whole run, I don't think. So it's going to be close.
Yeah, certainly will be close indeed. Nevertheless, Blount, best of luck as you get ready to roll them out on the track.
Thank you, sir, and for all you do up in the booth.
Thank you, sir. Well, race fans, they're doing a driver's meeting now on the line, so they will be getting them all situated out. Let's take a look at our track tech talk here, of course. Here, let's get to figuring this place out. Lanier National Speedway. This one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, is it a tricky one. This is a short track, about just under 3.35 miles in length. It's a bigger track. It's a tougher track. The surface wise and maintaining distance control, you got to really kind of corner your gaps off here. Be careful where you're muscling around the track. Watch the exits, watch the entries. Don't try to burn yourself out too quickly. Don't try to throw yourself into some place you don't need to be in. Just try to follow that line and then let the other drivers wear and tear themselves out. Those that are quickest, though, will be the ones that manage the gaps up. And that is your Track Tech Talk, presented in part by Lightning Wrapz. Time running out here as we're getting practice finished up. Drivers meeting underway here, so I got asked the other day too, like, I just kind of posted about this today, but I had asked yesterday because someone actually said, like, hey, from the broadcast crew and the production crew, they're like, hey, you are literally in your 3rd year with us. What's one memory you have that you remember most from that first race? And technically speaking, the first race I ever did any live stuff with was technically at Street Stocks at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I got a lot of criticism for that one, but it still had a lot of support for how passionate I was. But when I got to the actual calls wise, all I really remember was it just being kind of a crazy little race. Like, those restarts would kind of throw drivers for a loop. All of a sudden, things would get kind of thrown around. I mean, the actual call is on YouTube somewhere, actually. So if you want to look it up, it's just type in the PT Race TV and then the Legend 34's at Lanier, or not Lanier, excuse me, at Five Flag Speedway. And that will pop up with one of our really old thumbnails we used to, but it is there. So I really don't remember too much, though, from the actual race itself, other than just, like, the winner that was leading it literally get a either a black flag or actually a timeout on his iRacing end, and that's what ended up costing him. So yeah, that's all I remember here. So So here we go. Time has now come for our qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to set the drivers up on the field here and into the banks. Let's see what happens here as we roll them off onto the track here. Drivers now heading onto the circuit here, so you will get a good look at what these drivers are going to bring to the table. Time on the clock here. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, so rolling them out. Rubber W. Panko will be up front. Rada, Chantel Pottle coming out next. Watch Panko as he gets his run out here. Here comes the number 2 to set his time. To me, like I said, there's only one line to really hit with these legend cars, the extreme bottom leg, but the straights are going to be a bit tricky. You can block the bottom a little bit, but when you run it to the top, that's where you get all that power back. And the power is going to be very necessary here. 15:09 for the first time. Rada's first time. Going to be a little bit worse. Loose off of turn 4 there. 15.83. Roll around one more time down through turn number 3 and 4. And the throttle Chantel Pottle or light wraps. Rubber Bottom Raceway 5. So that's the fastest time. 15:05. Last time with 15.24. The first will do enough. Now to the circuit. The guy probably everyone's watching out for. The Busch Light Apple. Number 56. Blake Trawick. Mike Rideout's heading at 15:08 by the way. So he moves into the second spot ahead of Panko there. Roll it right off turn number 4. Trawick, 15:02 for his first time. He lands the fastest seed. And a little glitch graphic gremlins on his end. No, that's not us doing that, guys. That's him, actually. So, well, he got his time in, but I don't know if that will count. Last time was a 15.04 from what they're telling me. Yeah, that's not us pushing him in and out, trying to do like some kind of little trick. No, trust me. If I could have done that, I would have done that a lot of drivers a long time ago. In the racing wise, not in the actual broadcast, guys. Don't worry. All right. So while Trawick currently gets whatever's going on with his issues figured out, we currently are waiting for any more of the drivers to come out of the track. And another combatant will come out. Troy Radford's going to head onto the circuit. Thank you to those tuning in. Also share around if you guys haven't already. A little short track racing, little micro package, you will, and a little, maybe a little bit of heart-to-heart for me. I get to have a little bit of fun calling something I did the very first time I ever joined broadcasting. Radford's first time not going to be very good. 15.28. He got really loose off of turn number 2 there, and that cost him a lot of time. Going to try to bring it back here from 3 and 4. They're very twitchy, as he put it earlier, and yeah, they are indeed. I tested them earlier, and look at this, his second fastest time. He turns it into his first. That is the 14.99, his second time, the fastest of the day. Wow, 14.99. He goes below the 15 marker. Not impossible to hit by any means, but that's extremely difficult to counter to and hit with. That will now set the field up. Radford, Trawick, Pottle, Rideout, and Panko. Your top 5 so far. Rada, the only other one to qualify. Right now we're waiting on Pratt, Blount, Larson Jr., Blatz, and Ray Radford to see if they will join the other drivers and see what times they can set, or if they decide to just kind of lay off and let the racing kind of do the talking for them. That is going to be their call. So it looks like no other drivers will dare come to the track. So that means we are now ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Let's kick it off to our intro and get this race set for the action ahead. Time for the Pit Stall Racing Series. Well, it is that time indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, your starting lineup for today's action. And on the pole, in the 94, it'll be Troy Radford on the outside. In the 56, Blake Trawick. Row number 2 is the throttle, Chantel Bottle on the 5, but they're outside in the 76, Mike Rideout. Row number 3, in the number 2 is going to be Robert W. Panko, the outside. In the 08, it is Steve Rada. Row number 4 in the 3 is Michael Pratt, the outside. In the blue, Gordon Larson Jr. Row number 5 in the 6 is Eric Blount, the outside. In the 47, Ray Radford. Your final seed today in the big 6-9, it's Jason Blatz. So far, 10 drivers able to make the field here. Blatz not able to get the car up and running here. Field going to work their tires in, work the cars in a bit, get themselves ready to go here. This field of drivers right now looking on. Fans on their feet, ready for a little Legend Series action. These guys may seem like they can be a bit of a handful. That's because they can be and they will be, but boy, will it be fun to watch when they put them up to the green and put them up to charge. 3 years of announcing with you fans out there. I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get it down to the business, to the show. Green is out. Let's go racing. A good start early on there. Radford taking the early lead. Pottle on the bottom, taking forward for the second spot. Trawick trying to fight him off. Trying to fight with her a little bit. Side-by-side battle going on between Rideout and Rada. The 8FL versus that 76 as Rada tries to stay relatively in control. These are basically modified bodies of the actual 34 car down there. Oh, a little trouble down there, spinning around there. Unfortunately, trouble to Panko and Rada going for a ride down there. Caution out on the track here. See what happened here by taking a look at the PTM instant replay here and see who was the one that initially started that. Presented by Forward Screen Printing, here is the PTM Race TV instant replay. So Panko saves it there. Unfortunately, the 8FL of Rada not so lucky. So lap number 3 there, he'll have to suffer the EOL for his troubles. And drivers already going into pit road. Trawick, Pratt, Radford, Rada, they're going in right now, not for tires, I guarantee you that much. All they're doing is just taking fuel. You're probably wondering at home, okay, wait a minute, why are they taking fuel this early in the race? Well, there is kind of a reason to that. These Legend cars, well, let's just say they give you a bit of an advantage here. When you get, no matter what they did, no matter what they tried, they couldn't get iRacing to stop setting the fuel limit to where they can actually fuel these things up for a full-length race. So basically, they set it just enough to where they have to pit in at least once, and they can take tires later. So Trawick, Pratt, Radford, all them, and Rada, they'll get their fuel and get their mileage out of the car. The downside, though, is they're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage because of it. So you go to pit road now, you make that move and you make that mark. You're going to be giving yourself quite a bit of run and quite a bit of room to work with, but it's going to definitely give you some time to have to figure out the strategies and points of accuracy. Radford and Pottle are going to be your race leaders here, coming to the line right out behind. Panko, despite almost losing it there in the corner, takes his fourth spot still. Rada, because he caused the caution, has to go to the back of the pack here, and because he went into pit road, it puts him a lap down, so that's going to even hurt him even more than he realizes here. Caution lights are off on the pace car here. We are ready to get him back underway. Roll him down off the exit, down through turn number 4. Roll him to the green flag, restart zone, and we're back up. Bottle immediately back on the gas pedal and back on that pedal into that metal to get to Radford here as they roll him down to the corner. Straywick now making his move off the markers. A lot of these drivers are going to try to take it easy out of the gate. They don't want to try to turn them up too quick and get loose. They want to try to save themselves or find themselves in any messes that they really don't want to be in. But what that does is that's going to end up putting drivers in a bit of a disadvantage, which is either make their rounds and make their marks properly, or they're going to have to really hope for the best here. We didn't have very many camera systems to work with on these Legend cars. Again, these aren't big cars, guys. If you saw the actual Ford Fusion out there, these things are actually pretty small. The Ford Mustang, I should say, I guess. That's what iRacing put it down as, so to me it looks more like a Fusion. I would know, I had one. Everybody hitting that marker and hitting that spot pretty well here, but again, they're driving at a very conservative level right now. Definitely a conservative pace. They don't want to wear the tires thin. They don't want to push themselves off the cliff here early. They want to keep a nice steady pace, let the right sides kind of freshen up, catch some grip, get some groove, and then as the car starts to break in a little bit, it then becomes a lot easier to roll the corners off and actually keep the speeds up. As Rada has a little bit more problems down there in turn number 3 yet again. Problems there and a caution out on the track. Rada once again going to get a lap down. And he may be banishing himself to the Shadow Realm again in a minute. Let's take a look and see what happened here. The 8FL there came right off turn number 2. Looks like, yeah, just got a little too tight there. Spun it right over, almost flipped her over. Ow! So that was a nasty little wreck there. That's probably not what some guys like Treywick and all them wanted to see. There's now Bradford, Pottle, Panko, and all them. Everyone that didn't go into pit road originally can go into pit road and get fuel. So now that goes out the window for strategy. Gordon Larson Jr., Mike Rideout, I believe the only 2 staying out from that original pit stop, and indeed they are the case. So that really kind of sizes up their strategies here. Redford and Pottle there. See them off in the corner as Pratt gets himself out first. And look at that strategy, actually. It looked like Bradford, Pottle, and Blount all took tires. Even Banco took tires. So fuel and tires there for them in that mix-up. Yeah, because when Treywick went in, he looks like he also took that. Looked like he also took some tires with him. So it's either they took tires or they took a long time with fuel, but usually the way that looks, it looks like they took tires too. I'm not totally sure. I could be very wrong though. Up into the green flag restart zone. We're back underway. Here we go now, rolling right through off of turn number 3 and 4. Treywick immediately dipping it down to the bottom. Going to try to throw up the line and to throw up the sights. Radford jumping right below as well. He goes up ahead with Gordon Larson Jr. Michael Pratt in the way there of the throttle. Chantel Pottle as both drivers right now continue to go at it. Again, so far only self-spins for everyone that was involved in a little tip around here. But it could change eventually here, and it looks like it may get a little interesting here. Side by side, down from 3 and 4. Pottle trying to gap off Pratt. Again, with these cars, you do not want to touch at all with them. Not even those bumpers. You can hit them in the bumper, but you better be quick on how to shifting down, because then it will throw you for a complete 180 if you don't. Does make it around. Speaking of making it around, Treywick giving up to Radford there. Radford. Big move off down off turn number 2. He gets it past Treywick there, just the slightest bit, and gaps him up. Treywick probably not too thrilled about that. Probably trying to figure out how to get back around him real quick. Meanwhile, back into the fight. Here comes Radford right up to right out. They're going head to head here. Both drivers trying to narrow the gaps down a little bit, trying to fight each other off. Right out defending the very bottom edge of the track. Radford's trying to drive a little wider off the exit and then a little wider off the entry. What that does is it helps him kind of corner for a crossover move like you will see right here. Opens the door up and right out knows he's in trouble. You tighten it up too much, you can end up getting lessened out. You don't have the speed, they'll catch you when you least expect it. That's a beautiful move by Radford, and he makes the pass for the race lead. And so far this season, it's been nothing but literally Treywick domination this season. The defending champion in the regular series, currently taking it up there with the boys and the girls in this little mini series, if you will. It's a collective of numerous tracks, numerous races, stuff you may not see very often on Pizza Race TV, which is a great thing for us. We'd love to get some new content in every now and then. Speaking of getting content around here, Gordon Larson Jr. getting thrown a little bit of a headstrong shot there from Michael Pratt. Pratt jumping it right ahead of him, making good work and good control. But Larson Jr. again, not a guy you can exactly just keep down to the fences like that. He'll find a way to fight back if you give him that chance. Whoa, right into the wall there for Pratt. Stays green, but man, he slammed that wall pretty good. Took a good little knocker there. That thing had not felt good. Eric Blount's onboard camera here showing you kind of what he's up to, what he's trying to deal with here. Meanwhile, back in the pack a little bit, Ray Radford and Robert W. Panko here having a little go at it here. Panko driving it deep to the inside there, trying to make a run there on Radford. But again, go too low, and then you have a lot more trouble on your hands trying to keep that thing online, trying to keep it on charge. Meanwhile, back in the fight there a little bit, Treywick currently at this point just trying to keep his glitch graphic gremlins from taking control of him. As we go on board with the Fox Racing, number 5, the Throttle Chantel Bottle. Keeping up with the Busch Light Apple, number 56. That's the thing, too, as a driver I absolutely hate, is when you see a driver just kind of glitching in and out like that with the glitch graphic gremlins just trying to take your soul. It's absolutely infuriating for a number of reasons, but biggest one, point simply, because you don't know when you can make your move or when you can make your ass out there. All of a sudden, you're trying to make a run for him, and next thing you know, you're going for a little bit of a haywire ditch strain to the end of the earth. I don't know what the heck I just said there, but I'll just go with it. Still a lot of time there for Treywick to kind of get things figured out here and catch up there to Radford and Rideout, but unfortunately for him, he's got his hands full with a Throttle Chantel Bottle, the 5. Man, oh man, she's giving it something. And she got a beautiful run there coming off turn number 4. She's got the third spot now, looking to try to get her to the MRM network, number 76 on Mike Rideout. Rideout now probably looking at the overall situation, looking at the overall dilemma, looking to figure out how to pass first. Steve Rada down there. Rada trying to stay out of the way a little bit. Does at least keep it clean. And lets the drivers pass him through, so he'll let them run for him. Right earlier on, man, just had a lot of problems just getting that car to stay relatively in line and intact. And now he's realizing really the troubles that he faces with it. As you can see, these things are just getting all over the place, man. I've seen these things in real life too, not just on the asphalt side, but in the dirt side. And man, I tell you what. You watch these cars try to hustle through these cars, try to hustle down through these exits and these entries. They are an absolute unit of a handful to hang on to. Troy Radford right now still your race leader here, as we are just about 1/3 of the way done. And Radford now getting a big lead dropped off on these guys and gals. Take a look at this. Rideout only getting about 99 thousandths of a second that time on him, and he was losing so much more time beforehand. We'll see where he's at now. And this time he does get a little bit of another 4400ths of a second. So he's not exactly losing control too much, but he is not exactly keeping it. It's not exactly just running away back up to him here. And then it's another deal when you see that glitch graphic gremlin attack, and all of a sudden you realize someone's blinking behind you. If they get too close to you and they try to make a move, then you're really just trying to figure out, are they going to take me out, or am I going to be able to survive? That is one of the hardest ships of racing, as we say on iRacing, is just having to deal with the, well, as they call it the net code, but I call it the glitch graphic gremlins for just convenience sake as well as for hilarity. Tower cam to work here. We're 1/3 of the way there. Here's Gordon Larson Jr. and Michael Pratt as they work their way around Steve Rada. Very interesting dynamic here as you see how close each driver maintains their balance, maintains their grip. Again, these legend cars, all that weight transfers on the right side. The left side basically is just to help rotate the car in. The right side's where it tears into the turn and sets up for the strength of the entry. It's a very diverse and very tough to tame kind of ideal, but man, does it really work. Makes for interesting kind of moves here and interesting kind of racings you see then. Ray Radford, Robert W. Panko here, all looking on right now in terms of the hunt, in terms of the balance here. Lap 55 out at 150 so far here, as we're currently still seeing Rada struggle a little bit. Got a little bit hard on the exit there from turn number 2. Look out down there. Caught right on there, and look out. That was Panko that got him to Rada. Manages to straighten out. Nice move there, but Rada, oh my. Looked like it was Panko that went up there right at him there. Hard a little save, but thankfully they stayed green. No caution for that. Let them race. So I like that idea. But let's take a look at the replay while we're at it just to see who exactly was what caused that. I think Panko honestly just drove up into the Rada there. Yeah, he drove it up wide. Oh yeah, that's all Panko there. He got into Rada. But again, the fact that Panko was able to straighten her out and then roll her right back off, that's impressive. So we stay green. Mike Rideout going into pit road already now. Looks like he's going for some tire sets here. It looks like his strategy is going to start to be put into play. You get 2 sets of tires down there. One for what you normally race with, and then of course you get the 2 extras. Just about halfway done here. Radford still leading it. Treywick in second. And Radford now got about a 3-second lead on these guys and gals, so that could really spark some speed and interesting dynamics here and see what he can do. You hear the tire wear too. You can hear the way the car rolls off. That tire wear down there, man, it absolutely throws you for a bit of a loop. Really kind of initiates the track surface, kind of situates the track ends and makes it for a lot tougher to work around. Whoa, trouble down there, trouble, Pratt. Coming to a dead stop. Can they get it refired? No, he'll get it refired, but the caution's out. Caution's out on the track. The 3 of Pratt. Oh, watch out down there, bud. All right. Well, we'll get halfway done with this one, but something going wrong there for the 3, unfortunately. Take a look at the replay. Had our camera on him. See if anything happens here. Oh, yeah, he got extremely tight there and then got loose. Got himself off guard there in turn number 2 there once more. Caution out due to him. He'll serve an EOL for that one. So that will definitely hurt his chances a little bit more. He was doing pretty good until that car just kind of stung around him there. Rolled it right here and you can see he was in trouble, and that's when he went for the ride. So into pit road he goes. Radford, Treywick, Pottle, all in pit road. Blount, Ray Radford, Michael Pratt, and all them into there. Mike right out, staying out. He's going to try to get his lap back or two. But looks like Radford already going to beat him out. Blount almost beating Treywick out of the pit road there. A little bit of a race off there. I'm pretty sure that is Treywick leading it. Well, Blount. He says he's beating him out. Oh, look at that. I don't know how they'll judge that one, but that was pretty close. Halfway done with this race now, so Trey Radford is your race leader. Troy Radford, excuse me. So right now, Ray Radford currently being told he is the leader. Pottle in second, Troy in third, Treywick in fourth, Blount in fifth, and Blount currently on the lap down counter. Trying to get that figured out. I'm not sure where Ray Radford's going here. I don't know what's going on down there, guys. I think they're currently having a skill ring issue there. Short tracks could be a bit of a calypso on that one, so. Treywick back in pit row now. Yeah, I think everybody right now is trying to get this situated here. Gabby Treywick probably just looking to just get himself something extra here. Yeah, he's going for tires. See if he gets all four here. I think he's only just doing fronts though. Maybe he forgot to get the backs on there. Yeah, he's gonna get all of them. I don't know if he's gonna have time before the chase car comes off though. Close beat, but looks like he'll beat the pace car. And indeed he will, just barely though. Logging in more laps right now. Currently, I'm not sure if the pace car is winning or if Ray Radford is finally getting some laps led on the track. We all love you, Ray, but man, you've had some real bad luck on this show before, so it's good to see you kind of putting something together here, buddy. So the caution will stay out as we get them re-racked, restacked. I think we're just about ready to get back to the racing action. I think that's everybody now back in their proper working order. Except for Michael Pratt here. Looks like the 3 being told to slow back down and he'll give up spots here. I'm not sure that was just due in large part to the little mishap he suffered there earlier. And Pratt looks like he is going to get his lap back. So yep, he'll run it right back around. That should put us back in the in spots we're looking for. Rada, he's going to get his back. He'll still be a lap down, but he'll at least still be closer to the lap end here. Looks like Pottle and Rideout going in the back. What? Rideout a little bit further back up ahead. Pottle currently further back in. I am losing track here, guys. This is getting really confusing. At this point, I'm just going to go with whatever they give me here. I'm just going to race it out, so. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, well, no, we're not quite good just yet. Okay. I think that's the end of them now. Rada is now back on the lead lap. Panko is out, so they're all back on lead lap. We're good there now. Okay. Alright, I think the drivers are giving a thumbs up and they're trying to tell the officials, can we please get this racing up again? I think they're ready. I think they want to go. And I know that number 47 is ready to go. So here we are now. Everybody back in proper working order. Rolling them back off. Where is the 3 going? Well, alright. Well, I guess what? Well, let's just go with it. Green flag's out. Yeah, I have no idea what that 3 was doing up there, but hey, we'll let it pass this time, I guess. Roll him down the green. Troy gonna jump him off and we'll let him race. Running right back through Eric Blount, right in the middle there. Almost 3 deep off there. Treywick trying to stay out of the issues. Troy Radford, your new leader yet again. Ray Radford couldn't quite handle the speed that his family member Troy can do. Right back down on the edges here, right into the mix here. Blount looking to try to keep the pace, keep the corner off on the distance. Every driver for themselves, though. Nobody's safe from the entries, nobody's safe from the exits. All it is just manhandle the corners and you man yourself through these entries and these corner exits. Big gap there, almost 3 deep out. Actually, we are 3 deep out. Look out down there. That's what I was worried about. Right out, clips the side of Chantal Pottle. caution out on the track again. Rideout able to save it, but still gets the caution warning out on the track there. Definitely a bad little deal there, and what a tough little situation we just saw kind of sprung up. Let's take a look at the replay here. This was a 3-wide salute coming down from the front straightaway. Rideout looked like he tried to back out of it. And just in cases, the 5 there. Let's see if we get another look at it from this angle. Show you guys just how tight that corner X entry is just to even make it work. I mean, I'll say this, 76 saved it pretty good there, actually. I thought he was able to just kind of let him roll from there. I don't know really that warranted a caution, but that's just my opinion anyway. I will not judge the officials down there for this one. I will only go off what I think and what I feel. So right out back in pit road here. Not sure if I think he's just going to take some tires here. Ray Radford and Steve Rada already doing the same here. Rada probably just thinking, well, I'm kind of already in trouble, so at this point I might as well try to fight back a little bit. Right out, definitely going to need a hurry in and hurry out. As he lifts the front end up, yep, tires are coming on. Ray Radford back out on the track already, so he'll be up on the barge. Right out, gonna have a time beating that pace car out, and he's not gonna do it. Pace car's gonna get him there. Caution lights are off on the pace car here. The field is ready to roll it back onto the track. Gordon Larson Jr., Troy Radford, Blake Treywick, Eric Blount, and Michael Pratt just the following top 3 rows as the old lights flicker back on. Right out, gonna get his wave around. Rada, speaking of speed, he's gonna get his wave around, so that will give him another chance here. I think we should be able to go back to the green here next time around. Gonna roll him back off down through turn number 3 and 4. This time around, Radford gonna set the bar up and back to the green we go. Past the timing issue there, and past all the other issues we're seeing. And you got a pretty decent little race going on still, as Radford continues to try to hold the muscle down and trying to keep the speed up. Treywick trying to keep the streak alive and go undefeated this season. A little bit of work to do though. Pottle looking to run it back down in the gap on the inside. Big jump from the 5 as she now starts to park it up closer to the boys. Radford just looking on in his little rear view mirror, knows that somebody is trying to cave up to him. Treywick will not let up easily here. Michael Pratt a little bit loose and out off turn number 4. Giving the old 5 plenty of room and now plenty of ways to make her pass there. Pratt gave up the opening in turn 2, and just like that, the 5 just sinking it right down through into the distance. Radford, Treywick right now dead set on each other here, and you can see it is getting closer and closer as it goes. Treywick probably at this point realizing if he doesn't start thinking about making a move here, he's going to be in trouble. The pit stops right now are definitely costing him some precious time here. Radford currently 3 laps below on Treywick's end. Treywick has a better set. He's got all 4 tires on those. There's Pottle. She went into pit road on lap 70. She put all 4s on, so she's right there with these guys in terms of speed, but definitely laps could affect the overall distance, the overall gap. We'll have to see here. The thing is, the harder you drive in from the top to that bottom lane down the yellow line there, it just shoots the right rear up more and gets it even heavier and harder to handle And that right rear, it faces kind of the same consequences, but even worse when you start to just a little bit loose. Think of it like this. The front gets all the worst of the entry. The X is where the rear tire faces the absolute most amount of punishment it can possibly take. 45 laps left to go now. Fuel is good. Tires should be good at least. And it looks like it's going to boil down to these three drivers. Michael Pratt, though, man, credit where credit's due. He's still driving up there with him. But it looks to me like his entries are good, but his exits are a little bit harder to master. And I think that's what's giving him so much trouble right now. Needs to start smoothing the track out a little bit, just kind of letting off in certain areas and letting the car do its own work. Blount, Rideout right now, looking on from the gap, looking on from the distance. As Rideout currently looks to try to make up for lost ground and time he suffered earlier. The Moser Racing MRM network has his work cut out for him. Pretty smooth from the turns here. 40 laps left to go. Blount currently just trying to stay one step ahead of the mistakes and from the other issues that can kind of get him into more trouble than he needs to be in here. Gordon Larson Jr. right now looking pretty solid in the top 5 here. You can see him kind of rolling the corners and rolling the turns out. He's not trying to push the luck or trying to push his limits. He's more or less just trying to stay relatively clean and screen. Right out, big pass there from 6. He got the number 6 there, coming off for 4. And now he's looking to try to get to the 00. Meanwhile, back up to the leaders. Radford still keeping Treywick and Pottle at bay. Occasionally gave up some time, though. And this time around, it looks like he's starting to pick up the pace. Knows that he's needing to put Treywick a little bit more back behind him. The gaps are starting to really become harder and harder to really kind of narrow down to, because the thing is, the tires give out, then it starts to become more of just a guerrilla warfare, trying to not only fight the track, fight the car, and then fight everyone else behind you. We always say in racing, don't ever think about fighting the other, just fight the track off, and make sure you're not trying to fight the car with it. Find a way to kind of maximize either the corners or the straights. I've always kind of was learning that you want to have a half a mean and kind of the perfect build for it, which is easier said than done. But one thing that kind of goes in with these shorter wheelbases is kind of the suspension, the shock absorbers, and then the way the suspension kind of shifts around allows for better ground level and ground more centered strategies here. Final laps rolling up right now. Blount, Larson Jr., and Rideout all into the hunt. Rideout currently trying to stay out of the way. Rideout jumping it right ahead of him on the left side of your screen. And Rideout had a good few times to get his lats back, but it just seems like he couldn't quite get himself out of the mess. Uh-oh, trouble! Pottle! Whoa! Oh, my! Chantel Pottle. All of a sudden, something going horribly wrong there on the number 5 machine, and now this race just gets turned upside down and almost ends with her upside down. What the heck happened here? Take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at this. I think she might have just overdrove it. Yeah, she did. She got tight. She got loose, then she got tight and just bashed the front of the wall in, and Michael Pratt having nowhere to go. Unfortunately, costing her big time there. What a nasty situation here on lap number 120. Radford going back into pit road. Pottle, she's going to inevitably have to get the damage cleaned up. The 3 of Pratt trying to hopefully get in there to pit road. He suffered a lot of hit there, and I think he might have blown a motor in there. So he's trying to get the instant repairs done. Look at the damage on that 5-man. Oh my. Whole front of the nose caved off. And there is the repair. And there is the tires, which could give her a chance. But she'll have to start from the back no matter what to get it. Ray Radford going back into pit road here. Pratt came out of pit road as well. Currently on the lap down marker. Pottle as well. Pratt will get his lap back. Pottle will see if she can get her lap back here from that. And it looks like she will be able to. So next time around, we should be ready to get him back under the green flag here. Ray Radford going to go a lap around off the track. This gets interesting. Those that took tires late, they're going to have a little bit more tire wear to work with, but they're also going to have a lot less time to get through the gaps here. The field is now ready to get out of here, as now we're looking to roll them off to the distance. Right out, Trewick right now, your top two. Troy Radford right in behind him, as caution stays out on the track. We're not double file yet, they're saying. They want them restacked up, proper order. Eric Blount looks like he's having a little bit of a mechanical problem down there in the 6th, trying to get it fixed up. There he goes. I think we're ready to roll them back out. Yep, we're ready to roll them off. Here we go. Top 5 on your screen to finish this one out. Big jump to the turns. Radford, just like that, just throws it right at Trewick. And he makes every little move count there. Back off. Oh, look out goes Pratt. Oh, my. Pratt way too hard in turn 1 and 2, and yet again, it bites him in the dust. And I think he may be done for the day. We'll take a look and see what happened, though. I'm pretty sure I saw that 3 just shoot straight right, though. Ray just blocking him off a little bit. Got a little aggressive there in that corner and then shoots it right off into the turn. Yeah, I think I was just a very uncalculated move there, unfortunately. Had the right idea, but as we've always said sometimes, wrong place and the wrong time. Yeah, that thing went straight at him there. It looked like he was trying to avoid getting into Radford, but as soon as the car slipped, he didn't have anything. He didn't have any way of getting around it there. 15 laps left to go at this point. I don't know how it's going to go. I just know you best watch it because we are about to see some racing. Troy Radford looking to finish it strong. Back to the green flag. He'll line him off. Gordon Larson Jr. immediately trying to dip it in there a little bit. You can see a little corner off, almost 3 wide down there. Eric Blount backing out of that. Right out and Pottle having a little bit of a tussle there. And all drivers was trying to find an opening down there. Oh, bump and tag there from Pottle into Blount. Manages to get away from it. Pottle back trying to shoot down to the gap inside there. Getting trapped though. That's what traffic will do to you sometimes. You got a fresher set of cars and tire, but you can't get no moves down there until you get an opening like that. Blount opened the door up. But it may be too little too late. Radford's already running away. Troy Radford right now watching eyes. Ray Radford goes head to head with the 5. Ray trying to keep his line and trying to also defend a little bit. That gap's getting a lot harder and harder to narrow down, and it looks like Pottle's starting to feel it. Maybe trying to find a backup plan here. Maybe try to do something we saw earlier on. Gap them up and then set them up. Troy, though, man, absolutely dominating this one. He's been dominant for most of the day, but just to me, it's just impressive he's been doing it as much as he is right now. 10 to go left on this one. That's a gap between your leader and the rest of the field. Looks like Pottle gonna go deep to the outside, gonna shoot for a gap off on Ray. Ray trying to hang in there. He's looking for a top 3. It's been a while since we've seen him actually get a top 3 finish in a podium. Pottle not wanting to give up though. Whoa, almost gets a little bit of the corner of the bumpers there. She's trying to bridge it. She blocked down on Blount, and she goes! Oh my, that's trouble! Ray Radford upside down there on the corner edge. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Well, that one's a little bit hard to tell who started what, so we're going to have to go to the replay and confirm that. That was a very tough little situation there. See, Pottle makes the jump. I'm going to throw that. I would say that's Radford there. You saw the rear end kick out a little bit and actually caught Pottle off guard. So that is going to be what I would say is the judgment call. Watch again. Watch the rear end slip out underneath the 47. Got a little too aggressive there and slips up. You can see right there. There's a good look at it right there. You see how that car was turning straight left? That's how you can tell right there that he had no control. Pottle was just in the wrong place, the wrong time. Wow. Drivers dropping like flies down there, unfortunately. And that leaves us now with pretty much what I'm going to call this the green-white checkered scenario. How crazy is it? The first time we ever did a broadcast, we didn't have green-white checkers then. We do nowadays. But I didn't even say back then, I didn't even know what the heck I was doing with these broadcasts or like how far we could come. I only could go off what I could see on my live timing sheets with the old simracingapps.com, which I hate to say it to you guys, but I'm gonna have to use those again when we get to the when I go on vacation, because stuff I use over there, it's not the same equipment I use here, so. But job's got to get done still, so I'll be on vacation for most of it, but when I do broadcast, it will be a little bit of fun to watch you guys see all the action with us, so here it is. Time to let them loose for a green-white checkered attempt. Radford, Larson Jr., all of them about to go at it one more time. Top 5 on your screen, and a chance at a race. When, let's see who kicks it. Right out in that mix, trying to stick to it. Uh-oh, he's out of trouble again, though. Backed off. Puddle now 3 wide right in. Raywick right on that top of the bottom. White flag is out. They're still clearing him off down from the turns. Anybody's guess here as Radford tries to hang in there. He's going to have all he wants cutting out for him down to the final ledge of the race. Off of turn number 3 to turn number 4. Gordon Larson Jr. doesn't have enough time. It's Radford to the line. What a race. And a nice little palate cleanser for all the hecticness and the seriousness you get from these kind of races. It's fun to see some great action mixed in. Your race winner today in the Legend 34's, Troy Radford. So Trey Wick's little hot streak comes to an end, but Radford's gets a little bit of some memories put back in him, as I have some memories of my own I'm sharing with you guys, which really is just awesome to see. What a performance. I think it's safe to say he's a happy camper down there. Let's take a look at your race results. Top 10 on your screen here. Radford, your winner. Larson Jr. going to go second. Pottle goes third. Right out fourth. Blount fifth. Treywick sixth. Rada seventh. Eighth to Radford. Pratt ninth. And Penko goes 10th. Rounding out the field. What a performance and what a race, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now to talk to your top 3 finishers today, ladies and gentlemen. The Throttle, Chantel Bottle, getting it done here in a top 3 position here. And Chantel, Bill Deja Vu, kind of returning to one of the series that you first started out on, and I gotta believe it was just as hard as it was race this as it was back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. These cars are really loose and they're pretty tricky, that's for sure.
With the competition level and all that, being able to come away third today is a kind of a little bit of a nice refresher after 3 years being away from him to come out for a position like this here at Linear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, well, anybody want to thank you for this one?
Everyone at PTM Racing TV and Tim for allowing us to do this every Thursday night.
For sure there. Chantel, congratulations. Bringing it on home to third today.
Thanks.
Chantel Bottle, ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher. The second place finisher today, it's been a while since we've heard from him, but it's Gordon Larson Jr. coming up as a runner-up today here. Gordon, man, late race strategy, late race shenanigans, but hey, you hanged in up there, and you put a little bit of a fight there to Radford. I mean, looked like you still had some tank left in there, buddy. Gordon, you got a copy down there?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, it was tight right there at the end. I was trying to get to his bumper, but, you know, he had a great car. If we had more than a green-white checkered, he would have pulled on away anyway. He was pulling away before that caution come out. But, yeah, kind of strategy, just, you know, everything fell the right way, got us up there, and we just kind of hung on to it.
Hung on to it. I'll ask this, too. I mean, you had a lot of big breaks and a lot of hard racing in between. You kind of stayed back low, then kind of just started charging up to the front. Was that kind of the strategy today, or were you just kind of playing around when the caution started to come up?
Well, no, we wanted to start in the back and just see how it worked and see how everything was going to kind of play out. We just slowly worked our way to the front.
Well, we worked your way to the front and gets you to second place today. Who do you want to thank for this one?
Yeah, just shout out to everybody in the league, everything they do, y'all up in the booth. Shout out to Troy, great win.
For sure there. Well, Gordon, congratulations taking on home to second place, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Gordon Larson Jr., the second place finisher. The man coming up top today, it is Troy Radford, your race winner today here at Troy. Deja vu, my good man. You return to a series you ran in real life, and you still get it done here in the virtual world.
I will sure take it, man. That was it was a fun race out there, and definitely, you know, the cars, especially once they got old tires, it was just all about conserving and saving it.
Conserving and saving it, and I mean all around today. I mean, obviously it was tough to kind of look on and kind of figure out. But for you and this team, I mean, how big is this win, knowing that you haven't been racing in a while and you just come out here in the car you haven't raced in a while and just take it on home, buddy?
Oh, it's huge. Actually, the last 2 days have been big. My Wednesday series, I was able to wrap up a championship last night. come out here and be able to take it in the pit stall series. Just great group of people out here, and I don't get to race much in here, but I always love coming over here with you guys.
Well, we certainly love having you around when you can. Well, Troy, I got to ask you, buddy, who do you want to thank for this one?
So of course, big one. Of course, all the guys who race out here. A couple of buddies of mine, Eric and Gordon, and we were just sitting there running some strategy stuff earlier in the race, and they both had good top 5 runs, and could have been a 1, 2, 3, but it was it was close. But big shout out to them just for in big help there at the start of the race whenever we were trying to figure out all the strategies. And of course, all of our sponsors with National Kidney Foundation, Evidence Based Mommy, and Lucky Fin Project, and just I say it every time, but just all of the guys at the pit stall who put it on with Tim and Chantel and Dave, and all of the admins. It's not easy to run a series, and they do a good job, and they've got a great group of people out here, so always fun.
For sure there, Troy. It's great to have you back on the road, and good to see you back in Victory Lane. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Mike.
Troy Radford, ladies and gentlemen, into Victory Lane today. Race fans, crazy to believe, but 3 years with you. Before I just go, I just want to say real quick to everybody that has ever joined us on the show, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, it's been a pleasure. It's been honestly one of the most favorite times of my life, and it's kind of hard to look back on and just realize I'm just getting slowly older and older, but the memories still are there, the great times and all that, from the incredible finishes to iRacing, you and sharing some of those and my calls with it. Bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys enough and PTM Race TV for everything. Thank you to my boss as well. I don't know if she wants to be named down here or not, but thank you for everything she does for me and done for this series. Try not to get too teary-eyed and all that, but like the leagues out there that I broadcasted for, from Pedal to Metal Racing League to begin it all, to the NASCAR Outlaws, the first league that ever was outside of Pedal to Metal, to those Fast and Fun guys from the Championship Cup Series, to the Green Mountain Grill Truck Series, the Monday Night Series they did with the Riley Challenges, and then of course everything else in between there. Thank you as well to those guys, as well as Split Decision Racing League, Old School League. Probably missing a lot. The Lone Star Racing guys, everything for them. The Mississippi Dirt, the front wheel drive classes, and all them guys. I'm probably missing a lot of leagues and stuff, but I just wanted to say to all of them that gave me a chance, gave me an opportunity, and let us here on PT Race TV be able to do this. From the bottom of my heart, and everyone I think I could say this. Thank you so much. So I'll stop with my little seance, if you will, about all that. Big thank you to everyone, and again to Fort Worth Screen Printing as well for today's sponsor as well. And be sure to visit them up in John T. Garrett Twitch channel, as well as Lightning Wrapz here on the show. Thank you to all of them. Thank you to everyone that tunes in these shows. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for 3 wonderful years. I'll see you next time.